Tami provides a good home for some thin cats. C-A-T-S. Cats. You have to excuse me if this is wrong looking, because I started the video a minute or two ago and it looked funny, and I think it was the same problem because I took a photo with it and it was backwards. For some bizarre reason, it's a very good phone, very good camera on the phone, but it does instead of a mirror image, a kind of a reverse mirror image, and someone altered the settings. And I turned on the display and it wasn't as normal. It was, you have to hit a button to get the settings. And you have to hit a button to get the video to photo and all that. And I did that, and then it looked funny on the screen, so I went in and I take toys that play just left and right. Enough of that. Let me get to Tami. I am Melton, son of a carpenter, married dad a carpenter, worked on skyscrapers, mom Mary Ann. I am the son of a carpenter, Mary. I get to tell parables. And yeah, if you see some of my work from 2016 on Skid Row, one of them at least, it's kind of funny looking. You have to read it backward. That's it. It was on the wrong setting for that. As I had to design something. I designed the image with that. I think it was a kind of the barbed wire one. I'm not sure. I'd have to look. Tami is the no-arm Chinese fellow, the average worker of the unseen business. How did he get to be missing both arms? His boss Wu gave him a test of loyalty, a management test, told him to stick his right arm, into a wood chipper. That's another parable. And Tami slowly fed that right arm into the wood chipper. The left arm, Tommy's boss now is a guy who stuck both arms into a wood chipper, and he doesn't like him. Slowly fed that right arm into the wood chipper. Lefty, the left arm, saw what was going on with righty, the right arm, and of course didn't want anything of that getting chipped up and all that, so he jumped off, leaving Tami with no arms but a promotion. He won his girlfriend's heart, Rhea, at the snake pit. He does a mean snake dance now that he is missing both arms. Always been scaly, always talks with a harsh lisp. Likes to stick his tongue out a lot, like a lot of other Oriental folks. Though they've been sticking their tongue out the rest of the world for countless millennia. Now that he's missing both arms, he does a very mean snake dance. He won Rhea's heart, snaked his way in between Rhea and whoever she was dancing with. He's been there ever since. And this parable starts at work. He's bossing a whole lot of folks around, and they've got a staged event. The streets involve a whole lot of folks who look like one another, taking turns being one another's one part of the streets. Gene pools of folks taking turns being one person, not just in one place, but all over the world. And also staged events from, you can't see the tabletop art too well, but I make for some good desktop imagery. Take your pick of 24,000 plus images and size them up, and you got yourself a nice desktop. See, not all of them have my contact on them, but if you want to be in this imagery, you got to come see me in person, because the devil steals your call. 424-229-4140. Try to call me, make that video, post a video, come see me in person. Yes, I'm going to go over the 93 check stuff real quick. I'm going to show you the files. They tell you my contact. Make a video if you hijack call to me. And not 193 check, 911 flight 93 check in a decade of asking. That's a lot of mass censorship. Conducted without fear of being covered by the evening news. We the people must be the evening news. So call me in front of every network news anchor, every local news anchor. Those who are hijacking a call to me right now, they are worried enough about it to alter phone records covered up, but when we the people in large numbers have video proof, you got the timestamp on your phone, you got the number dial, we have phone gate. Call it Trump's phone gate. That's where the ruble stops now. But yeah, not one call in a decade, including the entire Hussein terrorist cell. Was that what he called it? Can't reach me right now? Yes, ask and answer. Jesus' question. Is Barack Hussein Obama a terrorist? I've got my answer. I've been asking for that first 9/11 Flight 93 check for a decade now, and I've yet to get one. Make a video of your family's lifeline and post it. Being hijacked. You got the timestamp on your phone, you got the number dialed. Let me show you the fives, and I got some new stuff in. Just got last month. So I want to show you that real quick. Because I got a lot of other stuff to do. It's late and I want to go to bed. Tami is bossing a whole lot of folks around. He gets his workers together and tells them, we gotta have a girl on a hammock in the park. That's part of a staged event. It's my fun attention getting stuff, guys. So is the Osama, but I haven't gotten one comment on it. Put the two side by side, Osama bin Laden and Barack Hussein Obama. Check the eyes out. And don't be a hater. People are mixing it up all over the place nowadays. Make that video. Ask and answer Jesus' question. Is Barack Hussein Obama a terrorist? That's your family's lifeline. If it doesn't work when you're trying to call me, you don't know when this won't be allowed to work, and I guarantee you if it's not allowed to work, we need the firemen, police, paramedics. It's going to be just as newsworthy. Maybe because you're a Christian, and the Muslims, like when they placed Hussein at our White House. It's a Muslim name, guys. Middle Eastern name. Terrorist name. If they're sending a message like that, placing someone named Hussein with all the choices they had right after 9/11, if they are sending a message and your phone's not allowed to work when you need the firemen, police, paramedics. Oh, I called up about a hatred noise complaint, and twice now I've gotten an operator from LAPD who says they don't know how to get into a building. And they were the last lady from the recent call. She said, is it a secure building? Meaning it's a good one to start with. Meaning they're taunting about, the cops can't get in, paramedics can't get in, the firemen can't get in. Oh, there's my eye. And my fun street. Well, here's one without it. So, call up LAPD to a man, to a woman. Ask them, what do you know about this? Put their numbers on the backs of fives. Oh, reflection in there. Look at that. Put their numbers on the backs of fives. Every California law enforcement. It's something to think about when you think about spending your tourist dollars. If you're secure as you come here, pardon the taunting that I'm not secure in a building the cops can't get into to answer a noise complaint. These aren't the best to start, especially on days like today. It's not the best light. So I'll switch to something, hopefully, some onesies here. But for real, that happened. And ask, what do you know about this? John Milton Braid's been asking for a 93 check for a decade. At least here's some tubes. 2 to a 4x6 sprint. John Milton Braid's been asking for 93 checks for a decade. He has yet to get one. That's all over America. Anyone in America trying to call him, and those who are altering phone records are worried enough about, those who are hijacking a call are worried enough about to alter phone records covered up. But when all of America has video proof, of course, it's different. It's PhoneGate. Call me up in front of every network news anchor, every local news anchor, any and all in the public eye. And ask California's law enforcement, what do you know about this? When else will my phone not be allowed to work? Because of what you, officials, mayors, governors, senators, as well. Because of what you are actively taking part in California. If they don't know what a 9/11 Flight 93 check is, guys, they're involved or they're incompetent. At this point, I've been asking for a decade, I've yet to get one. So make the video, post the video, come see me in person. We'll travel, show me a secure place to build Jesus' immaculate house from. That's that religious censorship, you not being able to call me up and tell me what you believe, or ask what I mean by Jesus' immaculate house, an opportunity for all kinds of good businessmen all over the world excuse me, I'm just blue-eyed DNA fighting out with brown-eyed DNA with my vocal cords. Opportunity for a whole lot of good businessmen to build a better world all over the world. Be a part of that. Make that video, put that first brick of truth in Jesus' immaculate house, and send a message to those terrorists. It doesn't matter if the terrorist hijacking your call to me, who might be hijacking your call in an emergency as well. It doesn't matter if it's a disheveled, bearded, straggly-haired fella in a dirty bed sheet. It doesn't matter if it's that or if it's some asshole who went to Harvard, had everything he's got handed to him on a silver platter, unlike us. Doesn't matter if he's clean shaven, a bullshit artist. It does not matter who. Whether it's politically correct or an actual Middle East terrorist. If your phone's not allowed to work and you can't reach the firemen when you need them, can't reach the police, can't reach the paramedics, they're both the same. So make a video of that. America's hijacked lifelines. Tell all your friends to do the same. Those pipes are in vote-truth.blogspot.com. Oh, here's a good one. Oh, I don't like the buffoon Trump either, the Russian guy. So, but yeah, he's a comic relief after compared to placing Hussein, that politically correct terrorist, in our White House right after we got attacked by a whole lot of angry, violent, cowardly Husseins. I've been saying that wrong. I've been calling Hussein a cowardly Obama, a cowardly Hussein, and calling the others in the Mideast angry, violent. But I hear Obama can have his share of anger. So, check in post and 5, ask and answer Jesus' question, is Barack Hussein Obama a terrorist? You can use Trump in there too if you want. But he's, yes, comic relief after 9/11. Comic relief after the Hussein place. So soon after 9/11. Let me put that in. Now, Tommy, you gotta hurry. It's up to 13 minutes. I gotta do my sugar chick. Tommy says we gotta have a girl in a hammock in the park. It's part of a stage event. Who knows why they gotta do that, but he got it on his list of things to do. Part of the Oriental Street, art fiction. Make a video hijack call to me, your timestamp, your number dialed. Oh, I've got my call logs on youtube.com/DNFD series. Last one I got up there was for 2 years, and it's about 2 months ago, so if you called in that time span, go to look on youtube.com/DNFD series. You don't show up, yeah, that's me saying, me telling you that's your family's lifeline not working and not showing up. You need to do something about that, be the reporter. Because I think any good cop, any good fireman, any good police soldier across America can tell you it's going to be just as newsworthy if your phone's not allowed to work when you need the firemen, police, or paramedics. So make the video now. We the people must be the reporters. Tell every reporter. Everything is fake news. Compared to your family's lifeline not working, why aren't you covering something that is very easily documented? There I go again. Documented. Why aren't you? You can certify mail. No certified mail in that decade about the 93 checks or any of my attention getting stuff, guys. If you're going to certify your mail, make a video first. It's going to be stolen. Use the FedEx, UPS, as well as the U.S. Post Office. I have to enunciate. Because, yeah, I'm starting to stutter or something. Make that video, post that video. Certify that mail. It takes a little longer, but yeah, you got video proof. 181 of America's hijacked lifelines and our stolen mail as well. The king is stealing our mail. Those are they're placing in our White House instead of fairly electing. Americans for unhijacked lifelines and fairly elected officials. That's a very good 4th of July image. I think it's in last month because I designed it just before the 4th of July along with the 4th of July image, but it should be in here somewhere. I don't know if I can find it. I just got the photos this Friday. Now Tami says we gotta have, who knows why, a girl in a hammock and in the park, and Ching says we can't do that. The trees are too far apart to have a hammock in between. Ching knows the park, and so Tami says, "Don't worry, I'll fix things up." He goes to the Wall House. Wall House is like a resource center for the Great Wall of Evil. What's the Great Wall of Evil? What keeps me in here? Just me and these flowers alone. Oh, it's a little bluer. That's what's on the refrigerator from 5.5 years ago. Usually you see it like this. But yeah, more blue in the second photo there. And yes, slowly but surely doing that genetic carpentry. I check it out. Stigmata, Eyes and Wounds to the folder there with the Milton's Call Log playlist. And yeah, my Tommy's and a whole lot of other attention getting stuff that I figure can't be that mean or that funny or can't be that funny. Can't be that mean or that off the wall, because I haven't gotten one comment on this image for one. Military children's permanent check. That's what gets the firemen to your house. Make a video of it not working when you try to call me. Be on the side of those driving the tanks, the jeeps, the jets, the side of children and truth. Document America's hijacked lifeline. See that phone as every child in America's lifeline to the firemen, police, and paramedics. And make a video of being hijacked. 424-229-4140. Whoever's in the room there with you, make that video of their hijacked lifeline. Turn around, let them make the video of your family's hijacked lifelines. More than religious censorship when they're placing Hussein, a Muslim name. Guy backed off of being Muslim with that name after he reached out to those who harbor terrorists in their countries. And yeah, they don't name them Hussein unless they're Muslim. Back to my story. I gotta finish. I've been going on way too long and it's already up to 18 minutes. Tami says no problem. He goes to the Wall House Resource Center for the Great Wall of Evil. Has just me and all my imagery, and places Hussein and the Russian guy in our White House. Yeah, without due process. You can't reach me by phone. You can't tell me who to vote for, what to vote for, and whenever you get that boring thing, 424-229-4140, whatever boring thing you get, whenever you get it with countless other folks out there to tell them who to vote for and what to vote for, that's a democracy being hijacked. Put your foot down, make a video of America's hijacked lifelines and post it. Now Tommy, he goes to the Wall House and he gets a big, see, he kind of resembles a palm tree because he's missing his arms. He gets that palm tree outfit with the palm up top. He goes in there and Leah is supposed to be, Leah and Mia. Leah is supposed to be laying in the hammock for whatever the stage event is, and she says, "No, I'm too heavy. He said, "No, I have very strong legs." Yeah, once his arms got chopped off and jumped off, he developed very strong legs, and he kind of holds Leah up long enough for Ching to get the photo so he can tell Wu I did my job today. And lots of folks, other folks were laughing and taking photos because Tommy was standing there with, dressed as a palm tree, holding up Leah. And yes, as he was there, two squirrels scampered up and into his palm part up there. And Tommy could see them, and he got outside and he went to the Tommy mobile. It's got two wheels. You stand up. Usually you use your hands to steer, but Tommy uses some headgear to steer. And he yelled to his workers, "Don't worry, take the rest of the day off." And he sped all the way home. And Rhea, it was her day off. She's there, and he said, Rhea, come quick, I got a couple of cats. And Rhea looked real close up there. She says, Tommy, those aren't cats. Those are squirrels. And Tommy, he said, no, they're cats. And she doesn't want to take him inside to show him in the bathroom, so she takes a mirror out and she says, look, that's not a cat. Yes, the Orientals, they love cats and dogs. No, not as pets, as dinner. Ask them if they're honest, they'll tell you. And once again, no comments. So I'm assuming I'm not, far off base with that. And I've showed you a bunch. I'm going to show you again and again before I can, cut them up. And I'm started getting my laminations ready, but it's going to take a while. It's 21 minutes. I better show you that. I already showed you the one eye there. I've got to. That's what that one is. It's just kind of hard to see a little lower, and this is a little darker photo. They're both photos. One's 2 to a 4x6 print, the eye. And here's from a little bit lighter, 5.5 years ago. And who knows, somewhere less than 5.5 years. Smaller brown circles slowly disappearing. Bigger bluer circles growing in through and around. I think it's going to be from like 2014 because I believe it's before I went to the hospital. I lost 80 pounds in 1 month. With those genetic wounds, the eyes are a genetic process. As we all know from basic biology. Oh, you tell that favorite joke you got perfectly once, you never have to tell it again. It also goes to the serious stuff, what you believe in and what you feel is important. Get it on video. Oh, I got to turn that off. Yeah, the doctors I have can't talk about the change in eyes. Slowly but surely. Oh, I ordered the backup for this because the batteries are about. I ordered a couple. I'm going to put it in there because I couldn't find it for the longest time and they're only a few bucks. But yeah, the doctors can't talk about that change there. Slowly but surely, you can't see the outer brown. The smaller brown, it's a little hard to see right now. I guess because of the light from the outside. But they can be more or less brown, dark brown, light brown, and when it can be more whited over. It's kind of whited over except for the right around the black part there, as I can see. And times they can look a little raised, a little less raised. And slowly but surely, the eyes are doing the genetic carpentry thing. As the son of a carpenter, married dad, a carpenter, worked on skyscrapers, mom, Marianne. I'm going to have to end this. It's 25 minutes. I can't believe I go on for 25 minutes. Come see me in person to tell me what you believe and ask what I mean by Jesus' Immaculate House. I call it Jesus' Immaculate House. You can call it an opportunity house. Opportunity for a whole lot of good businessmen to build a better world all over the world. See these communities really not just in those places you might go to on a Sunday or Saturday or another day of the week. But yeah, you can call it an opportunity house. I have to call it Jesus' Immaculate House because it's in the fine print and there will be a test at the end.